When they enter Richmond as a kindergartner, they're getting most of their instruction in Spanish.
Salem Keizer Public Schools is the second largest school district in the state, but it has some of the worst standard test scores. Tonight, we take a look at the unique challenges it faces and some of the advantages its students may have. K2's Christina Giarnelli is live here in the studio, and you spent some time observing students and teachers in the schools this week.
Yeah, that's right. I was at Richmond Elementary for about 2 hours this week, touring a few of their programs. I got to watch some of their small group English literacy programs, and I also got to see how they run a couple of their bilingual learning programs. The district is one of the state's most diverse. 46% of Salem Keizer School District students are Latino. Many speak Spanish at home and learn English in school. For the past 20 years, the school has offered bilingual programs for those students. Those allow them to keep learning the same level of core curriculum subjects as English learners, so they study things like math and history in Spanish, while also catching up in English literacy. Jessica Reyes teaches second and third grade bilingual programs at Richmond Elementary.
At Richmond, they start kindergarten through second grade, and that's mainly in Spanish, and then in third grade is kind of when we start transitioning into more English.
By the end of third grade, students are taking the state's standardized tests in English literacy. Those don't measure how well they can read and write in Spanish, and teachers say they haven't had enough time to catch up in English. But Reyes says down the line, they do much better.
The statistics are telling us that our bilingual students are doing a really good job once they get to, high school.
Studies show bilingual learning improves cognitive capacities and helps with things like multitasking. The school district has also been increasing the number of dual language programs where students learn in both languages at the same time. Samantha Miley is Richmond's principal.
Richmond is starting dual language next year.
Right now, the district consistently has poor scores on standard tests.
There's a lot of people right now that are looking at some of the district scores and maybe questioning how we're doing things. What would you say to people who are questioning that for your school particularly?
I think if a person was looking at our report card, it wouldn't see nearly the scope of progress that we've been able to see here at Richmond. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were able to celebrate as a whole staff, that's classified and licensed included, just how much progress our students in our 4th and 5th grade grades have made, especially around literacy. I would also say that it doesn't show the connections that our students are having with our staff. That in itself has increased dramatically over the last year.
She says she hopes those connections will help bring attendance rates back up, and that in turn that will help with scores. And now that attendance rate has dropped significantly since the pandemic. In the studio, Christina Giardinelli, K2 News.
Christina, thank you.